Right, Mitch, 100 goals in Scottish League football at the weekend there. That must be a source of real pride for you.
Yeah, it's a nice milestone to hit. One that I wasn't actually aware of that was going to be number 100. But yeah, it was nice to find out. I think it was Tuesday that it was announced by the SPFL, so a nice thing to see.
Do you remember the very first one when you were a teenager out on loan from Aberdeen?
I do, funnily enough. We were playing Clyde down at Broadwood, and how long ago it was. They had a grass pitch at the time, I'm sure it was. I think the ball got played over the top and I was up against the keeper and just followed it past him. Just thrown back. Kenny McLean was in the midfield then on loan from St Mirren at the time, so yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago.
So that was our growth. You had a few other loan spells as well, didn't you? Not always get the game, but you still managed to keep the goals going?
Yeah, at that time. But at the very start, I was kind of in around the first season at Aberdeen, but then put on loan near the end of the season to try and help teams and gain some valuable experience, which was key. And then obviously as I kind of got older, made the move to Dumbarton after Aberdeen and had a very successful season there, playing kind of left of a diamond, but still managed to find a few goals there, which was good.
I suppose the big decision for you came in the summer of 2016 to step out of the SPFL as it was then.
Yeah, I'd been in Glasgow for a couple of years. I went back full time with Raith Rovers. It just never worked out, but I wanted to give that another shot because I was still quite young and not any commitments at that time. And then, at the end of that season, while I joined halfway through, I just thought, I want to come back to Aberdeen. And I met with John Sheeran, and that was it. That was that mind made up, and I came back up here and joined for Cove.
So that's meant the vast majority of your goals in the Scottish Football League have been here. 77 goals in the seasons. Are there a number that stick out for you that has been particularly special?
Yeah, I think, it was the first couple of seasons. The most disappointing one was the League Two. I think I was sitting on 27 goals for the season, but I got cut short by, I don't know how many games, but it was a fair few games, so I'd have fancied that I got a lot more because I was just on that high run and doing well. But probably the one that sticks out would be probably when we got promoted to the Championship in League One. I think I ended up top goal scorer in Scotland, and I think I did that for 3 years on the trot, funnily enough, which was kind of nice to do. But yeah, that one probably sticks out because at the end of the season you get to lift the trophy with all the boys.
Do you still get the same buzz, the same enjoyment of scoring goals as you always did?
Yeah, I think so. It's probably even more of enjoyment now as I come probably in the latter years, and the older I get, you probably enjoy them more. But as when you're younger, you kind of just going with the flow and kind of enjoying the ride as it goes along. But it passes very quickly, and once you're older, that's what you're kind of there to do, and realise your kind of goals are hard to come by. It's not everyone can do it, so it's nice to be one of the guys that managed to find the back of the net.
So it's 100 in the Scottish League, but you had those 3 seasons in the Highland League. You're going about your Cove tally and how many league goals you've scored. I mean, clearly it was over 100, well over 100 in the Highland League days as well. You're sitting at 220. How high do you think you can get?
As high as possible. I think the next benchmark will be at 220. I don't know how long I've got left, but if I can get to 250, I'll just reach high. If I can get to 250, every goal I'll add on to that, I'm happy with. Unfortunately, Mike Beattie is clearly out with my reach. I'll have a word with him, but I think I'm the more SPFL goals I can get as well, that would stand alone up there, so that'd be nice.
As you look back now, as you say, a lot of stages, but still plenty. I mean, you've shown in recent weeks you're still scoring the goals regularly. Would you have imagined the kind of career that you've ended up having?
No, I think at the start, you're kind of a naive youngster. You're going full time, leave school at 16 to go to Aberdeen, and you just hope you can kind of make an impact. I think managing to make my debut for my local team and the team I grew up supporting was a big thing. And then I think you just want to win trophies and try and be successful in the team. And it probably wasn't until I joined Cove that it really kind of hit home, and that attitude kind of changed in terms of what my determination, desire was around, and it seemed to click. Sometimes I find now that I believe that sometimes at certain clubs it just works. It's just meant to be, and that seems to be the case with me joining Cove.